It's here. Moments ago, my portable washing machine finally arrived. Before I unbox it, I want to explain one thing first, the hookup, because this is my kitchen sink. I have one of these sprayer things on my kitchen sink. I can't put an adapter on there to attach the water line hose for the washing machine. You can do it in the bathroom. You can hook it up in the bathroom. You take the aerator out. You put the adapter in it that comes with the machine. But someone put on Amazon a better setup. Let me explain that to you. So these are the connectors that I ordered from Amazon per that reviewer's description. First of all, this device here. This is a shower arm water diverter. And how this works is, okay, you've got this pipe that comes out of the wall over your bathtub, and then your shower head is attached to the end of that pipe. You take the shower head off, you put this on, and then you attach the shower head again. And it's got a lever here. You can turn the lever. And the idea behind this is you can have both a fixed shower head and using this side pipe here, you can have one of those wands that are on a hose. Maybe you want both in your shower. But you can use this to use the shower to supply water to the washing machine. And how you do that is to the side pipe here, you attach a converter. This is a 1/2 inch female to 3/4 inch male converter. And when I assemble this, I'll use Teflon tape so that it's done the right way. And then this part here is a quick release connector. This piece gets attached to the adapter. This piece gets attached to the hose that will connect to the washing machine to supply water to the machine. You slide this collar back. The hose with this attached to it now fits inside. Let go of the collar. That's locked in place. Start your water. Turn the lever to the side. Now it's going to divert water to the washing machine, not to the shower. And by the way, if you're not familiar with Teflon tape, this is Teflon tape. It's like this thin, almost rubbery plastic tape. And when you make connections with it, it helps to prevent leaking, and it also makes it easier to disassemble the parts later on. Here is the box. By the way, welcome to my living room. It's got some warning tape on here just to warn you that this is like over 70 pounds. It covers up some of these straps that I want to remove. Okay, that's good enough. And then I want to clip these straps free. By the way, this box is in excellent condition. It doesn't look at all like the box that Thule came in. And this should lift off. There it is. Styrofoam side panels. Side panel. Plastic. All right, I'm going to spin this around a little bit for you, and then we're going to do a close-up. Underneath this, there is a little retainer. And this they tell you to hold on to, because if you want to move the machine later on a long distance, say you're taking it to college and you want to use it in your college apartment, or you're sending it to your college kids to use in their apartment, you want to put this back in again. It protects the drum during the shipping. And then in here we have the instruction booklet, which I already have because you can download the instruction booklet as a PDF from the Amazon website. Inside the drum, there are additional parts. This plastic hose here is used with the drain hose for draining it. This rubber hose is the water line supply hose. There are also some casters in here. You can take the feet off and use the casters instead if you want to roll it around. This piece here, I can tell by looking at it, this is the adapter that would go to your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink if you have the right setup for that. Most sinks do. Mine didn't. And then there's a wrench in here that you use for adjusting the height of the casters to make sure that the machine is balanced. This drum, by the way, is very small. It's only 1 cubic foot. That doesn't seem like a lot, but for me it'll be fine. If I calculated right, that's 7.5 gallons. This is what I was using. I was using a 5-gallon bucket to do my laundry. I did it by hand in a 5-gallon bucket. This is going to be a step up for me. I want to lay this on its back. At least lean it over a bit here. There it goes. Take this bottom off because there's something else to do here. In the directions, they warn you that this plastic piece here, which fits inside there to protect the mechanism, it might stay in there when you unbox it, in which case you want to take that out. Also, there's a plate that goes over this bottom. I don't know where that is yet. Maybe it's inside of here if I take this apart. But what I wanted to explain is my hose for drainage comes out of the side of the machine here. You can, however, put it over on this side if you want. There's a cap you can take off. You just have to undo this clamp here, fish the hose out of this hole. You can put the cap over here on this side and then fish the hose through the hole on this side if you want the machine to drain out of the right side. I found the bottom plate. This was actually in the styrofoam piece that was in the top of that big outer cover that I took off in the first step. It tells you how to orient this. This goes to the front. This obviously faces the floor. There are 6 screws that come with it, and those are used to put this plate on. The bottom plate is on. Next I can put the casters on. There are the casters. I'm going to be rolling this into the bathroom when I want to use it, and then rolling it out and storing it in a closet when I don't need it. So I don't need these fixed feet. I can take all of these off and then put the casters on. And just screw them in like so. I've got this last caster in place. I'm going to use the wrench to lock it down. You can unscrew a caster a little bit as you need to. If your floor is uneven and it's rocking, it allows you to do that. I checked the floor where I'm going to be using this. The floor is very level, even. It should be fine. Oh, and by the way, these casters have little levers on them. If you lift it up, you can roll it around. If you move this lever down, it locks the wheels. That way it'll lock the machine in place so it doesn't roll around on you while it's working. Once you're ready to use this, put it into place. It's not in place, obviously. It's in my living room. I'm going to use it in the bathroom. And then use a carpenter's level to level it. It actually looks pretty good right here. It's only off by 0.2 of 1 degree. That's side to side. I don't know how you're supposed to level it front to back, because where do you put the level? I don't know where you would set it. Maybe over here and check it there, and over here and check it here. I don't know how you would do that, but once you get it set up, then you can put a carpenter's level in as best you can to level it. Okay, let's take a few minutes to talk about the waterline hose. This is the hose that comes with it. I measured it. It's 5 feet long. There are 2 ends on it. This end, the white end, has a narrower thread that attaches to the machine. The gray end has a broader thread that attaches to your waterline source, either the adapter that they give you, the faucet adapter, or in my case, because I'm going to use that quick release, I'm going to use that instead. I don't need to use Teflon tape on here because there's a gasket inside that will prevent leaking. And I can just hand tighten that and that'll be good enough. Okay, here it is hooked up in the bathroom. This is the water line hose. It's just enough to attach to my shower, but it's not under a lot of strain. This is the drain hose here, and I have to explain something about the drain hose. You don't want to just drape it over the edge of the bathtub, because if it's down too low, if it's bent down too low, it'll drain water off the washing machine. So you want the top of the hose to be about equal to the top of the washing machine. Can be a little bit higher, like 41, I think, 41.5 inches is what they said in the manual. I'm using, I gotta show you, but I gotta climb in the tub to do this. Okay, I'm actually using a couple of old vacuum cleaner tubes to put it into the drain, so it'll go right down into the drain. And it's about 40 inches, the top curve of this. It should be okay. It's plugged in. I'm ready to go. Got an on-off button. It's on. I'm going to use medium level. I'm going to use a normal wash because I'm just going to toss some shirts in there. Start, pause button, start. And there it goes. All right. You can see and hear the water running. I'm going to use liquid laundry detergent because it doesn't always, powder doesn't always dissolve completely, they say, in the machine. And I'm going to use a combination of cold and warm, cold and hot, so I have warm water. Now, I'm going to pour my liquid in there, rinse my cup out. Checking for leaks. I don't see any leaks around the attachment. Okay, I'm going to pause this. And I'm going to go get some shirts to put some shirts in here. Can you hear that? The laundry is turning around in there. If you open the lid, it'll stop. It'll start up again. If you don't like the water level, you can increase the water level. But it's not going to stay running until you pause it. Then increase the water level to high. Start it again. This is where I saw a lot of people who were demonstrating it on YouTube and they didn't know how to work the controls. Well, that's what you have to do. You have to read the manual to learn how to work the controls. Some of these settings you can't change until you pause it. Then you can change the setting and go back on again. I don't know if I have to let this go up to the full amount to high water level, but I'm here, so why not? The wash indicator is blinking. As soon as this gets to its proper water level again, it'll start agitating again. There we go. You can't really see that very well with the camera because of the camera angle, and I don't have the best lighting in here. I apologize for the lack of lighting, but do you really need to see water swirling around in a tub? All right, I'm going to let this go through the full cycle, and then we'll see what we end up with afterwards. So the cycle just finished, and I got to tell you, there's a few points worth mentioning. I didn't want to leave the camera in there and show you the machine spinning because you can't really see the spin cycle with the lid closed anyways. And if you open the lid, it stops spinning. So no point in showing you that. But I can say that the clothes came out very, I don't want to say dry, but only damp. I read one review where they said that the spin works so well that the clothes don't drip if you just hang them up to dry. It gets enough water out that they don't even drip. That's the case. I've got 2 shirts hanging here just outside my kitchen, 2 more hanging over the bathtub, and so far there's no indication that there's going to be any dripping. The directions do say to leave the machine open after you use it, to let it dry out, let it air dry so you don't get any buildup of mold or mildew in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my machine into a closet to store it. I have a place inside of a closet where it'd be plenty big enough to store the machine in there. I can store it in there when I'm not using it. So far, I have to say I'm really pleased. The machine didn't leak anywhere. I checked under the machine after I rolled it out. There was no water on the floor. Everything appears to be exactly the way it should be, and I'm really pleased. I couldn't be happier with my washing machine. So if you're interested in buying one, I don't know that they're still available, because I looked at the Haier website and they said they're no longer being manufactured, but there are other models, there are other portable washing machines that are available. Just make sure it has the features that you want. And I would say it's I mean, it's convenience. For 10 years I've been doing my laundry by hand. Now I no longer have to. I can do it with the machine and it works great. So that's my review, more or less, and my information about this Haier portable washing machine.